I wrote Structural Combat, and today I want to read some of it to you. Back to the superhero genre. Perhaps the most famous mantra in the superhero genre is, with great power comes great responsibility. If superheroes fully took that to heart and asked themselves how they could best impact society with their monumental agency, they would be increasingly geopolitically active. If a figure like Hitler became the mayor of Gotham and wanted to create extermination camps for some percentage of the civilian population, one would think that Batman would suit up and start cracking his knuckles. If some executive successfully monopolized insulin, then priced millions of people out of their access to it, one would think Spider-Man would be rethinking his no-kill policy as he swings toward the villain. If the responsibility of those with agency is to protect those with less agency, superheroes would be kicking in the doors of corrupt legislators across the globe. I like the idea of using one's agency with a sense of responsibility to protect those less capable. In a later section, we will address the concept of failure to protect and maladaptive pacifism. As a thought experiment, I want us to imagine what happens when a superhero lives that mantra in the context of structural violence. He punches politicians and executives. He prevents illegal military action. He demands the abolition of housing firms and health insurance companies. He demands and fights to bring about a massive redistribution of wealth. What do you think the other heroes in the world will do? Would they not try to stop this radical behavior? After all, to the reactionary heroes, they are all practicing their combat skills until the next super being uses force to shape the world to his will. I think if Batman started hunting down oil industry decision makers, in this case structural combatants, and killing one each day in protest of an oil war until the war ends, the rest of the Justice League would be there to beat the shit out of Batman and put him in Gotham's highest security prison. If not, surely the state initiating war for resources would mobilize its military against Batman to protect their interests in this example. This means that how heroic or terroristic the defense of the status quo is entirely dependent on how ethical or terroristic the status quo is. The same is true for all law enforcement and all soldiers. These roles can only be as counterviolent as the order they protect allows. If a police officer enforces terroristic laws, such as Nuremberg laws in 1940s Germany, or Jim Crow laws in the 1870s to the 1960s, in the U.S., the enforcement of such laws is an act of terrorism. If a police officer enforces a terroristic law, he is a terrorist combatant. If the enforcement of a violent law is an initiation of violence, and to use force to prevent such action is an act of counterviolence. To the enemies of rights and liberty who might be reading this, no, 18 U.S. 111 does not protect agents in the process of violating rights.